I used to genuinely believe that if I looked better, if I posted a perfect picture, if I lost more weight, if I gained more followers, if I made more money, that my self-worth would then be better and I would be worthy. I would not be worthy until I had a productive day or until I did my whole to-do list. Otherwise, my self-worth would go down the drain. So if you feel like you can relate to that, then 100% you're probably like me and you'd really need to hear this advice I'm about to tell you. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Confessions Power Body podcast. I am your host, Jessie Gwen Fitz, and today we are going to be making an episode about the girl who is struggling with her self-worth and needs some harsh truth to snap back into reality. This is for any girl who feels like she's questioning her worth, who feels like she's falling behind, who feels like she's not good enough, and who's really struggling with that self-worth. And I really want to give you some harsh truths that you may need to hear to kind of help you snap back into that reality, because this is some things I wish I heard when I really struggled with my self-worth. And if you're someone who struggles with their body image, with their body in general, with an eating disorder or anything like that, you are probably struggling with your self-worth too, and it's completely normal because the two and two go hand in hand. I also want you to stop making your self-worth being dictated by a guy, by someone replying to your text, by a guy giving you attention, by him liking your story, or by the way you look and comparing yourself on social media. So I really want this advice to hit home, and I really want you to come out of this episode and feel like, oh my God, like I've actually based my self-worth on so many more external things when your self-worth is within you. So let's get straight into the episode. Harsh truth number one: if a boy ghosting you destroys how you feel about yourself, it was never about love, it was about hoping that he would fix what you refused to heal. And this one kind of hits home. Like, I honestly would take every rejection personal, and I would think it's on me and it's my fault and I'm the problem, but it is not. You are not the problem. Sometimes people have their own issues, and sometimes people will ghost you for different reasons, and you should never take it personally. And if you are taking it personally, then maybe look at what it is that you have to work on yourself, because a boy cannot dictate your worth. Please, girls, come on, please. Let's not let a boy dictate our worth, or any person dictate our worth, and them ghosting us dictate that. And I think sometimes rejection can feel very personal, but sometimes people will just come and go in your life, and that's okay. People will leave without an explanation, and that is okay. It's never your fault. It's never you are the issue. You are not the issue in the situation. And if you're taking it personal and you're really getting destroyed about this, then maybe it's the fact that, okay, like there's something that you need to heal within yourself. And when someone ghosts you in the future, once you kind of work through what you've healed, you're going to be like, okay, next, thank you, bye. And you're not going to take it personal, and you're not going to get upset over it. So I really, really want you to let this one sit in, because I think sometimes we let boys dictate our self-worth so much, and I really want you to stop doing that, because you deserve more. Also, the moment you stop begging people to stay in your life and you start choosing yourself, you will see things change, and the people that you attract change as well. Harsh truth number two is you think you're not good enough because you're comparing yourself to strangers you see online and their lives. So I think so many times we think we're not good enough because we are not in Mykonos in a matching set working for a brand, or we are not a millionaire by 20 years old, so we think we're falling behind. But what you see online is literally like 1% of the population, and you always see like the most famous people, the people that are making the most money, the people that are living their best lives. But at the end of the day, you don't know what's actually going in their head. Like, I always genuinely think about the Avicii story, and like if you haven't watched that documentary, definitely watch it, because I think it's a very, very big like awakening. So sometimes you see things online and you see people living their best lives and being successful and having all of the stuff figured out, but they're really, really struggling, and you're there sitting there wishing for their lives. So you are literally only thinking you're not perfect because you're comparing yourself to people you see online. And social media is taking a big part in our lives right now, and it's something we see every day, and it's becoming the new normal. Like seeing someone, I don't know, being on holiday 24/7 is becoming the new normal. Seeing someone be skinny and have the perfect body is becoming the new normal. Fixing issues is becoming the normal. So I really want you to kind of take a step back and reassess who you're following, reassess who you're comparing your life to, and ask yourself, am I actually comparing my life to someone that it's comparable to, you know? It's always good to have goals, and it's always amazing to aim high, but if you're there sitting down and it's destroying you because you're comparing yourself to someone that, I don't know, is a millionaire at 20 and you're 25 and you're like, I haven't made it, and then it's tracking you back in life, and it's stepping you down because you're now insecure and you're now struggling with thinking if you're good enough. And then if you don't feel like you're good enough, you're never going to make it, because you have to believe in yourself the most, because no one else is going to believe in yourself. So if you're sitting there and comparing yourself to anyone, try and stop comparing yourself to people, because like I said, what you see on social media is not real life, and you always see the 1% of people and you compare yourself to them. And everyone's got their own timeline as well. So everyone's got their own timeline. You got your own life. So your life is going to move in the way that it's supposed to, and you have to trust that, and you have to believe that, and you have to come from a place of self-love rather than self-hate and comparison. Harsh truth number 3 is you're not exhausted because you're doing too much. You're exhausted because you're trying to be too much. Where are my people pleasers at? Because I feel like this is something that all of us really struggle with. Is we're not actually exhausted because we're doing too much. We're exhausted because of the pressure we feel trying to be enough. And this is something I still struggle with, because I always see my worth as in the type of person I am, how perfect my day is, if I ended up being able to do all the tasks I wanted to, if I was a good friend, if I people pleased everyone, if I did everything else for everyone else. So I feel like sometimes that can feel very heavy, especially if you're someone that's a people pleaser and you're someone that really struggles with the idea of being enough for others. And I feel like that's something I take personal as well, because I have always been someone that has been there for people and always working for people. So whenever I take time to myself, or whenever I do things just for myself, I can feel quite guilty and like I'm not being productive enough, and I'm like not good enough. So sometimes when you are struggling with your self-worth, you will be struggling with the idea of if you're not doing too much, you're not valuable. I was doing things to feel productive, and if I wasn't productive, I was like, what I'm doing in my life. So your worth is generally more than being productive, and you don't have to do things just to do it, just so you can feel worthy. Do things that you like and do things that elevate your life, rather than doing things just to feel worthy, or completing a to-do list just because if you don't complete it, you feel like a failure, because I have been there as well. Harsh truth number 4 is if you're waiting to feel confident to show up, you will never start. And this is so relatable, because I feel like so many of us struggle with our confidence, and we struggle with starting things when we don't feel confident. But the thing is, when you put things on hold because you're waiting to feel confident, you're waiting for the right time will never come. I see this happen so much, and I see people struggle with their confidence and not starting things because they're not confident, and you'll never feel ready to start something. Like struggling with your confidence and feeling like, oh my God, I can't start it because I'm not confident enough, is completely normal, and that is something that you're gonna feel a lot. And it's more about showing up and doing it and proving yourself wrong, and that's how you'll feel confident. I never felt confident starting my Instagram page. I never felt confident starting this podcast, and here I am still doing it. And I think like the biggest thing you can do is show up for yourself on the days you don't feel confident and prove yourself wrong, because that's how you're gonna build your confidence, is by continuously doing the things you're afraid of doing and then proving yourself wrong. It's okay to feel insecure. It's okay to feel scared. It's okay to feel like, what if it fails? But if you never start, you'll never know what it'll be like. And your self-worth is not in being perfect from the beginning. Your self-worth would not be dictated by starting something new or failing at something, because that is part of being human. And I think sometimes being human, we feel like we need to be perfect and we need to have the confidence and we need to know everything. But it's okay not to know. It's okay to do it, and do it scared, because otherwise, if you're never going to do it, you're never going to know where you could be. On the topic of confidence, harsh truth number 5 is you say you want to be confident, but your actions literally scream, I want to be smaller. And this is so relatable, because when I was struggling with my eating disorder and when I was in my skinniest and leanest days, all I wanted to be was confident, and I never felt confident. And I was like, all I want to be is confident, and I want to lose weight, and I want to be confident. And I thought that confidence will come from me losing more and more weight, but it didn't. For whoever needs to hear this, if you spend years hating your body, magically losing weight won't help you love it. And this is something I wish I knew when I first started my fitness journey, because I started my fitness journey in the hopes of becoming confident, and in the hopes of like, oh my God, if I lose 10 or 20 kilos, maybe I'll be confident, maybe I'll be happy, you know, maybe I'll finally feel body confident. And I didn't, because everything I did was from a place of hate. Everything I did was from a place of lack of confidence. And the idea of building confidence and holding your confidence off until you feel skinny or until you feel good enough, then your confidence is never going to come. So when you're working on your confidence, you really want to start doing the things that scare you. So whether that is wearing the shorts at the gym, wearing a bikini, wearing whatever whatever it is, the more you challenge these and the more you allow yourself to feel confident in the body you have right now, the more you're going to feel confident when you lose the weight as well. And that is one key thing I wish I knew when I first started my fitness journey, because I kept holding my confidence off. I kept saying that, oh my God, if I lose another 5 kilos, that's when I'll be confident. Or, oh my God, when I get to 40 kilos, that's when I'll be confident. And guess what? I was the leanest I have ever been, which is 49 kilos, and I was still not confident. So this is just a big reminder to you that confidence is not something that will magically appear once you lose the weight. Harsh truth number 6 is your body is not the problem. The problem is how you've been taught to hate it. From a young age, we are taught that smaller is better, that the weight on the scale dictates our self-worth, that cellulite is shameful, and having belly rolls is something that you have to hide, and it makes you feel like if you have any of those things, there's something wrong with you and you are broken, but you are not broken. The fact that we based our self-worth on our bodies since a young age, and it's been something that every single little girl has been conditioned because of social media, and we are always taught to fix something in order to love our bodies. Like, oh my God, you have cellulite, lose some weight and then get rid of your cellulite and then you can love your body. Or, oh my God, you got body rolls, well, lose some weight and then once your stomach gets flatter, you can love your body. So it's always been like, oh, here's the issue and then fix it and then you can love yourself. And I feel like this is something every single woman has gone through and every single woman is still going through, but your body is not the issue and your body is completely normal for having rolls. Like, it's something that is genuinely normal, and I think social media has made us feel like it's not. So I really, really want you to remember that. You don't need to fix your body. You just need to learn how to love it and take care of it in the proper way. Harsh truth number 7 is you keep waiting for a number to feel worthy. Whether that's a number on the scale, whether that's a number in your bank account, whether that is a number of followers, whatever it is, you are waiting for a number to feel worthy. And I was there. I literally was like, I am not going to be worthy until I hit 10K on Instagram, or until I hit this amount of clients in my business, or until I hit this number on the scale. And it's something, again, that our brain has conditioned for us. And I want to remind you that these things are metrics and they're not a mirror of your value. And trust me, if you don't feel worthy enough now, no amount of followers, no amount of money in your bank account, no amount of weight that you lose is going to make you feel worthy until you feel worthy into where you are right now. And then that will add and elevate to your lifestyle. If, let's say, you really want to hit 10K in your business, if you don't feel worthy now and then you hit 10K and you're waiting for your worth to feel better, then I promise you, when you hit 10K in that business, you will not feel worthy. Harsh truth number 8 is if you don't believe you're enough, you will never believe anyone else who says you're enough. You'll always be questioning compliments. I don't know about you, but I always struggled with accepting compliments. If someone gives you a compliment and you are always trying to be like, oh my God, no, like, oh, it's just the makeup, or it was just £5 or whatever, like, you're always trying to justify it, you'll never feel self-worth because you're almost not accepting it from others. And if others are literally giving it to you and they're saying, oh my God, you've got beautiful eyes, and you're like, oh no, I don't, like, they're plain or whatever, this is what I used to always say, then how are you going to believe that? Like, if you're not going to accept it, let people tell you compliments and accept them, because you are worthy of compliments and you are allowed to accept compliments and you are allowed to feel good and you're allowed to feel beautiful in your skin. And sometimes I feel like with social media, we're not allowed to feel beautiful in our skin. Like, it's almost like, okay, what can you fix? How can you do better? How can you look better? So I really, really want to remind you that you are allowed to feel good in your skin. And when you don't believe you're enough, you'll question people's intentions, you'll question everything, and you probably will end up pushing people away because you believe you're not enough for them, but then they are probably believing they're enough for you. And the relationship you have with yourself sets the standard to all the other relationships you have, whether that's romantic or friendship, it doesn't matter. Moving on, another harsh truth is that you think you need to look in a certain way to be loved. But love doesn't come to you when you look better, it comes to you when you show up as yourself. And this is generally so important. Like, just focus on yourself, love yourself, be yourself, and that's when love is gonna come. And love, if it comes or not, it's not a dictation of your value or who you are as a person. Like, if you're strong and you know who you are as a person, then you won't let a love or a lover dictate what you feel about yourself, if that makes sense. This episode is really, really based on love and your body image, clearly. So self-love, body image, and boys, clearly. You know, I really, really think that when you show up as yourself is when you attract the right people, and that's the people you want in your life. And the right person doesn't love you for your waistline, doesn't love you for the amount of money you're making, even if that's a friend or a lover, whatever it is, however you want to take in this context. But the right person won't love you for the things you have or your assets or the way you look. They'll love you for your personality, they'll love you for the type of person you are, for the way you show up in the world, for the kind heart you have, and that is what they'll love you on, and that is where your worth is as well. Harsh truth number 10 is you keep calling yourself disciplined, but it's actually self-punishment. When I really struggled with my food, I used to believe that I am being self-disciplined and I'm just a disciplined person, and that's why I'm not going out for dinner, that's why I'm not enjoying my teenage years, is because I'm disciplined and all I care about is making sure I eat my whole foods, eat my low-calorie meals, and so on. But if you're masking self-discipline with punishment, then it's not. If it's coming from a place of being scared of eating calories, it's not self-discipline, it's punishment. You're scared. There's a difference between being disciplined and punishing yourself, and discipline is something that you show up when you don't want to. You go to the gym when you don't want to, and you're not going to the gym because you ate a cake last night. You're going to the gym for all the other reasons of like, I want to feel healthy, I want to be consistent, I want to feel good in my body. That is self-discipline. Punishment is showing up at the gym and pushing yourself to do things you're not enjoying and you're not liking because you've done something bad like eating cake or whatever the night before. So really find the difference between self-discipline and self-punishment, because I think sometimes we can mask self-punishment as self-discipline and make our brains believe that we are being good because we are disciplined, but you're actually not being good. Training yourself into the ground and eating as little as you can is not healthy. It's a form of punishment and you're just scared, and it's a fear in disguise. So I really want you to take this and think, okay, like, am I doing things out of a self-love place, or am I doing things out of self-punishment? And that's where you know if you're actually being disciplined or you are just being afraid. Doing things from self-punishment, that is not how you're going to build your self-worth. Your self-worth is going to be built on learning how to love yourself, fueling your body correctly, showing up at the gym to be healthier, not to be smaller, and doing things with intent and love. So that was my 10 harsh truths that I thought you guys may need to hear, because this is something I needed to hear when I was really struggling. And I also want to leave you with the fact that self-love isn't built in the mirror. Self-love is built inside. It's built in your mind. It's built every time you choose yourself. Every time you decide not to shrink yourself because of social media, and you try and actually love your body and do things because you love your body, not because you're struggling with your self-worth and you want to feel worthy. You are enough as you are right now, and don't let anyone change that. I absolutely love this podcast episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. I really think self-worth is something that is not spoken about enough, and we always wait to feel worthy. If the episode related something with you, then please feel free to screenshot it and share it on your stories and tag me at Jessie Gwen Fit, because I would love to say thank you, and I would love to also connect with you guys. So please let me know if this episode is something you enjoyed. And also, if you're interested in elevating your lifestyle, build confidence and build strength, then I have the Strength and Confidence Method program, which is launching on the 30th of June. That's when we're starting. The pre-registration is now in my bio, so if you're interested, it's all about building strength and confidence this summer. We're starting on the 30th of June, and that's the start there. You'll be having weekly calls, we'll be having workout plans, meal inspiration, learning how to balance your meals, learning how to eat intuitively. So if that's something you're interested in, then click the link in my bio or the link in the show notes, and you can find all the information on there and pre-register. Or you can also DM me strong and we can talk about it in the DMs. Slide in there, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I appreciate you. Speak to you all soon.